everybody, GamerPenny here, bringing you a brand new series for YouTube. We are going to be doing a Let's Play of the Sims 4 Time Lord Challenge. You are in control of a Time Lord. The Time Lord lives through 13 generations, so we will actually be playing 12 different reiterations of this particular sim. You are an adult, so that's the age. You live until the time you're about to age up, and then you drink a potion of youth. And this potion of youth is like you're regenerating into your new Time Lord. You will get a new set of traits, a new aspiration, you'll get new looks, you may even get a new sex. You might start out a man and you turn into a woman, but each Time Lord is going to be different from the last. You can't use the same traits twice, you can't use the same aspirations twice. So if you pick out an aspiration for your Time Lord and you don't complete it, that's it. It's over. You're done with that aspiration. You can never get it back. So you get points for completing your aspiration. We will always add up our points at the end of a generation here. But I'm really excited to play this challenge. There are other rules that will come up as we go along. One of the basic rules that we start with is the naming of our character. So this is actually first Watchmaker. I did do a Time Lord name generation, and the first one I got was Watchmaker, and I actually really enjoyed it. You'll see in a moment here what's behind him that I kind of went along with the Watchmaker, but let's introduce you to the first Watchmaker here. His traits that I chose for him are he's squeamish, he's a loner, he's a genius, and he's a quick learner because his aspiration that we're going for in the first generation here is nerd brain. So he looks like he wants to finish reading some books and achieve level 3 logic skill for a first step. Now, with the Watchmaker, one of the rules for the Time Lord is that you're basically in the TARDIS. I did not do a typical TARDIS. I did this thing behind him here. I figured if he's a Watchmaker, he probably disguises his TARDIS as an old watch shop, an old clock shop. So I'm going to try to give you a tour here. It's very weird with the angles. And how I built it. I spent hours today building this, but this is his little shop. It's really run down. We've got some spider webs, cobwebs. The clocks are all in disarray, but I figure he's a watchmaker. This is probably disguised as a shop that someone must have had and abandoned. So the whole point is it looks abandoned from the outside. No one would notice. No one would know to come in here and find what's hiding beneath it. So you come around here, all of a sudden you come through the bathroom door, and ignore the bushes coming in from the outside, I will fix that later. But you start coming downstairs, and all of a sudden, wrong button, we are in the TARDIS. It's huge. It's hidden by that small tiny building up top. I designed it so we come down here, we see this sort of, I took inspiration from the show The Librarians, where you have sort of this common greeting area that just looks like a little library. And then we moved into what I like to call, I guess, the Hall of the Watchmakers. I have 13 of these different stations set up because one of the things that you can get for extra points or do for extra points is actually do a painting of each of your Watchmaker or each of your Time Lords. And if we put these up here, I figure we'll put a painting for each Time Lord and probably their favorite object. So his is probably going to be, I don't know. We'll have to find out what he turns into. He wants to be a nerd brain. We might put a book there. We might put a chessboard there. I have no idea. We'll find out what he's like when we get done. But you do come down here. You come out. I've sort of made this a really glamorous sort of build. Just because I figure up top looks run down, abandoned, right? Well, downstairs it is a nice place to live. You would want to live here. I set up, I don't know if, I didn't do the math, so I don't know if this is too many shelves or not enough, but I set up a little museum because another part of this challenge is that we do want to do some of the collections. I think we have to complete 6 of them through the 13 different adult lifespans. So I put this here in preparation for that. I've got him a kitchen. This is actually going to be the Watchmaker's bedroom right here, and he's got a bathroom, and I did put that talking toilet that came out in there. I figured that's something that a Time Lord would have. It would be a talking toilet, so we'll see how that works out. I do have rooms. I'll show you these with the walls up here. These are going to be the companion rooms. If we can get a good angle. These are going to be the companion rooms. This is not working out for me. There's windows here. Imagine that there's windows. I figured if he has companions and they're living in this space that's underground, he wants to give them the best space possible with a sort of mock outdoorsy look to it. So you can have as many companions as you want. I believe when I was reading through the rules, I didn't see any limit on that. You can have children, you can have families. The only thing is, your Time Lord is the only one allowed to drink the youth potion. So everyone else is going to age, they're going to get old, they're going to die. We may play around with the vampire aspect of the game, so that might change it a little bit. But he's going to live a pretty sad life, and his every time he regenerates, it's going to be like a brand new person, but his relationships are still going to be there, which is going to be sad. He might not remember them. I will admit up front, this is probably going to make a lot of people mad. I've actually never seen an episode of Doctor Who, so I just liked the challenge. I thought it looked awesome. I wanted to give it a try. So we are going to be playing this without having played Doctor Who, but that's watched Doctor Who, but that's one of the great things about the challenge is that it claims that you don't have to have watched the show or seen any of the episodes, and I'm hoping that's true, but we'll find out. People will probably yell at me in the comments, but so this is going to be our home base. This is probably not going to change a whole lot through the playthroughs. I'm really bad at building, as you can see from what I tried to put together here. The only thing that's probably going to change is going to be these rooms, and we might have to add more bedrooms on the other side if we have more companions. But I figure, depending on which companion we get and who shows up, they'll decorate their own rooms. So that is a quick introduction to the challenge. I'm probably going to make a few mistakes and call him a doctor instead of a watchmaker, but I'm going to try to not do that. But our watchmaker, his main aspiration for now is going to be the nerd brain. We're going to try to get a companion as soon as possible because I feel like it might get a little boring. I'll talk about that in a minute. A little boring just watching him go around, because especially with the nerd brain, because he's just going to be reading books and getting logic. But this is our first watchmaker, and we'll get into the gameplay soon here. So thanks for joining us. First things first, we're actually going to send our watchmaker out on the town. Now you can see from this screen, there's some things here that I've added. Anytime we visit one of these lots, I will try to remember to make sure to credit who made them. I downloaded a lot of things from the gallery. We have like a church park. We have a residential lot that's actually a boat, and I moved in some Sims here. Had to move around people. We have this alien like crash landing right across from us, so we'll make sure to visit that as soon as possible. But on each of the different worlds, I have put some new lots that I downloaded from the gallery just to give it a little bit more of a Time Lord feel. We're actually going to visit one of the new lots here. It's called May Old Orchard. So we're going to send the first watchmaker here. Something that he wants to do is read 3 books and get a logic skill up. So we're going to go find a chessboard and see if we can't meet someone who maybe wants to play a little bit of chess with us. So just to give you a little bit of an overview of this lot, I found it on the gallery and actually really liked it. I might take that back if there is no chessboard, but yes, there is a chessboard, and we have someone that we can actually play with. So I actually really like this lot. I think it's a great looking park. They put some really cool details on there. I think it was supposed to be maybe like an olden times type park, but I think it turned out really great. So, first thing, is this guy like a staple of every park now? This is the second time I've started a Let's Play, and this guy has been sleeping on the bench in the park. I don't know. Jock Villarreal is just living in all of the parks in all of my playthroughs. So, okay. Well, let's introduce ourselves to this person here. What's his name? Lyle Alexander. Maybe we'll join his chess game. So, first Watchmaker. I might call him Watchman a lot too. I almost did there. But first Watchmaker is a genius, and he's looking for a little bit of companionship. He got flirty from that romantic decor. Something romantic in the park here. But he's out on town, just kind of trying to meet some people and play a little chess, see what he can do. His TARDIS, I believe, if the challenge, if I remember what the challenge said, his TARDIS broke down or something, and he can't go anywhere, so he's kind of stuck here. So he just wants to meet the locals, meet some people before he moves on. We were playing chess, and Lily Feng showed up, and she gave us a weird look. I don't know what her problem is. We could introduce ourselves. How about we tell her a funny story? Let's see what she thinks of that. She would be a fun companion, I think. I don't think I've ever really played with her or know what her traits are. I know she's married, but she might be fun to move in. She's an adult. I don't know who our first... We're on the lookout for who our first companion is going to be. I want it to be a good choice. We do have some people that I created and moved in, but I'm not seeing any of them around here. I created some aliens as well to go with that crashed alien site. We'll probably pay a visit to that eventually because I think something from the Nerd Brain involves rocket ships. So maybe the aliens could give us some ideas on how to build and upgrade our rocket ship if that's what it comes to. I'm just going to speed up the time a little bit. I'm going to try to get him to meet these people, get to know these people, and maybe get that first level of logic, playing with Lyle here. Since one of his first aspirations, he doesn't have an aspiration to, this isn't a job-related one, which I'm kind of happy for. I think that was the right choice. I was looking for what might be easiest not to get highest in the job. I think that's going to be one of the hardest aspirations to do, is get the top level of any job. So we're going to have to figure out what to do with that, but hopefully he'll get that first level of the logic so that we can at least get to 2 out of 3 for that. He is a loner, so he's actually not happy. Well, it went away, but he's actually not going to be happy a lot with people around. He's a bit of a recluse and a genius and doesn't like to get to know people, doesn't like to talk to them. He likes to observe people from a distance, is what I'm going to say for him, for our first Watchmaker. He would rather just make observations and come to conclusions about people and society. But he's not a very good member of it. He doesn't know a whole lot on how to socialize. I think that's a pretty good story for our first Watchmaker here. I do want to show you some more of the new lots. We have a lot loaded in. We have that alien crash site. We have this one. I have a lot of highly popular ones that I got off the gallery, so there might be some that you've seen before. I just searched for most popular, and we actually got a really cool Grecian place. We got a tree house that I thought looked really cool. But I do have a mod installed that's going to move people into those lots. So hopefully that will help out populating the neighborhood with people that we're not familiar with. So the local townies. I'm actually really considering bringing Lily in as a companion. I think she would make a great first companion there. So we got our first logic skill. We're at 2 logic. Who's this? No one I know. I thought that was one of my aliens, but it's not. Let's see. We also have to be very wary. We have to do some of his tell a dirty joke. We have to be able to afford that youth potion. Let's tell a dirty joke to Lily here. Because if we can't afford that youth potion by the time we need to regenerate, we actually lose points, and points are very scarce. I think you can only get a total of something like 36 points. So we're gonna want to make sure we're doing a lot of these aspirations, and that's kind of a different way of gameplay for me. I don't pay attention to these at all. I don't worry about aspirations, so this is going to be kind of a new way to play for me. What I'm looking for is share brilliant ideas. He wants to do that. So let's share our ideas with Lily and see what she thinks of them. Oh, she likes them. Okay, we got the charisma skill, genius. What else does he want? He wants to be alone. See, he's a loner, so it's going to be really hard to go out and meet people, but Lily's digging us, though. Are we friends yet? No, we're not friends, but Lily and Lyle really like us, so we're making a good impression for being a loner. He wants to take a cold shower, be alone, or search for vampire information. We also have some tofu dogs. Oh, he won a game of chess. Let's see what else there is. He does have to read some books. Who is this over here? He has to read some books. He has to read at least 3 of them. I might not, hey Bob Pancakes. I might not do that with the camera rolling, because just him reading a book is kind of weird, but, yeah, I'm thinking Lily might be who we go after. So I'm just back here, and we're going to work on some of these collectibles, since the collectibles are part of, we'll get these here, is this harvestable? Are part of the challenge. So we do have to complete some collections, so we might as well start as early as possible and get some of these rocks and some of these elements, and start working on getting our museum all filled out. Treasure map. That's not what I wanted. Queue is full. So let's see what the first watchmaker can find. We will have to breed frogs at some point. Ooh, he does not like the frogs. I forgot about that. He's nauseated from catching a frog. Whoops. I forgot that he doesn't like nature because I made him squeamish. Well, he's going to have a rough time because we're going to try to get all the frogs that we can get. He might puke, though. Let's see. Is he going to puke? No. He's collecting a microscope sample. I completely forgot about that. What do we got over here? Let's get this one, too. He's on the verge of puking. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Let's send him home. I really hope you guys are excited for this. This Let's Play. I'm so excited to start this challenge. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, especially because there's not so many limitations that you're just struggling to survive, but it's more about the story and about the sim itself. We have to remember to buy that youth potion before we age up. Also, when we regenerate, we're able to, if we have enough, we're able to that's not what I wanted. When we're able to, where am I? What am I doing? We're able to pick one of these just one, but we're able to pick one of these other things if we have enough available, or we can save our aspiration points, our social points, to make sure that we have enough to buy the youth potion for next time we age up. It's only 1,500. We have 100 so far, but we only have 20 days. So I uninstalled the aging mod that I had, but we only have 20 days to complete the aspiration, and to, you know, get that enough of these points to buy the youth potion. So I think that is where we're going to be. Look at his tooth gap. I love that. That is going to be where we end for today. I hope you guys like the doctor. Or the doctor. I did it. I said I wasn't, but I did it. Like our first Watchmaker, I actually really like him. He is not going to stay this when he regenerates, so that's the whole point of the challenge. So we'll get used to him, we'll fall in love with him, and then we'll change him. That's how it goes. So that is going to be where I end the episode. I hope you guys enjoy. If you did like the video or you're interested in seeing more, make sure to like or subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!